The samba.
Welcome back, Simmers. It's Catherine here from Catherine Sims, because only practice is going to increase your Sim skill. Speaking of skills, I wanted to talk about the gardening skill a little bit. So as I'm prepping for a video on that, I went ahead and made a house that our gardener Sim is going to live in while we build this tutorial. So the video you're about to watch here is the building of that house. So without much more ado, we're just gonna hop right into it. See you on the other side. So here we are in Newcrest. I just chose a little tiny home lot here because we're not really going to be focusing too much of our Sims life indoors, largely because they're going to be doing our gardening tutorial. At the time of me filming this, I don't know if the gardening tutorial has been put up or not, but I do know that it is going to be made. So we need to build the things that we need in order to make it. What I'm doing here is I'm starting with a box because that's just kind of the easiest shape, and I think I kind of want to build a U shape out of this one. So we're just gonna come around here and draw our little box. Cool. And I know that I put this thing here, but I kind of actually want it to go there. Tuck that in a little bit, pull this out, and I think I'm going to pull this out too. I like them being on opposite contrasting lines so that they're not in line with each other. This is going to allow us to make roofs a little bit more interesting. And then the most important thing here to me is that we have just this big, lush garden. Since that's the tutorial that I'm going to kind of build off of this one, I really want to make sure that that's kind of the main focus of the house. The other goal here that I'm trying to achieve is to keep it relatively affordable, relatively simple, relatively uncomplicated. And largely, I want to do that so that we can just really focus on our goal here, which is going to be gardening. My plan is to do something along the lines of, the grafting tutorials, for example, because I've noticed that that's a topic that I don't think gets discussed nearly often enough. I'm also putting in a lot of these big windows because I want it to be able to be seen similar to a greenhouse might be. So while it's still keeping it simple, it's definitely keeping it on theme. I think that that's going to add a lot of really kind of gorgeous aspects to it. This is going to be a more modern piece, and it's really going to just be for the use of setting our stage for what we're gonna need. There's another video that I'm gonna be doing where I'm gonna build the character who's gonna sit in here, but until I get to that point, obviously this is the one that I'm filming. There's a little bit of behind the scenes for you. Okay. And you'll actually kind of see when I was working before, I've got this garden over here. That is one of my favorite things to do in The Sims. It has been one of my favorites since I was playing Sims 2, I think, with, I think it was Free Time. I'm pretty sure it was Free Time, but I could very well have that wrong. And if I have that wrong, please let me know in the comments so that way I can correct myself a little bit and get more of where accuracy is significant. Was that I don't feel like that was a sentence. More to a point where I want to be more correct when I speak. That's the fundamental goal of that, which really I feel like that should be everybody's goal, to want to be as right as possible. And that doesn't mean as right as possible by like sacrificing the truth or like really doubling down on what you know. More along the lines of, oh, I love that tree. It just doesn't fit though. More along the lines of a, we're willing to set our ego aside to try and take in the new information and determine if that is really how we want to conduct ourselves, you know, where we ask ourselves, would I rather be right and it be true, or would I rather that I think I was right and never be wrong? You know, there's something in the idea of being, I don't want to say vulnerable to the truth, but vulnerable to maybe our own egos. I don't know. This is getting far too deep. I need to stop. I'm also not going to put curtains here because floor-to-ceiling windows, they're great, curtains, but the curtains don't really the curtains defeat the purpose of it, frankly. Or at least that's my opinion. What do I know? Not a whole lot. I'm trying to think about how we're going to lay this out because I really just want this to be a hallway. Just a big open hallway, put some chairs, make it just gorgeous, which I think is actually why I'm going to take something very... Oh, you know what? Here is my favorite thing. What color do you want? Because I want it to kind of look like it's going like land and sky, which I think is kind of that, but I'm wondering if the yellow is subtle enough that I could go with it. I also really like that one, Imaginary Sunsets. Oh, God, this is just my favorite. I think I say that about a lot of the wallpapers. Okay, so we're gonna do this because I think that's pretty. Okay, fine, we're gonna do it this way. Oh, and you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this specifically the house part by putting in another door. Ooh, do I want this one to be the glass door? Ooh, and I get 2 spots. Oh, this is what I'm doing. That was a lot of excitement very quickly. And you can't just get it on the right door. There we go. Woohoo! Oh, that's gonna be good. Yeah, because we're gonna put a little bench in here and just a bunch of flowers. So I want it to look like a... Guys, it's an indoor deck. I feel like a dork. I'm building an indoor deck. I want this to be bright and sunny. Does that look enough like dirt? I think that's a better dirt. Plus, I'm gonna put a bunch of plants and like seed and stuff in there, so it's gonna mimic a human jungle. That's what it's gonna be, and it's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be really cool. But also like very gentle, very, very focused. On theme. It'll be very on theme. Man, I'm getting good at this. Put that here, come out this way. Oh, you guys. Why didn't I think of this earlier? I was gonna do a glass door or glass roof anyways, but I was thinking about doing the glass door in the L shape, but this just caught my eye so much better. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love it. Okay. This is why I need to do more roofing This is why I need to watch more roofing tutorials. If you guys have any suggestions for good roofing tutorials, things that are detailed, especially if those roofing tutorials can be style specific, you know, like here's a thing on how to do Dutch roofs, and here's a thing on how to do Japanese roofs and roofs similar to styles in India. You know, that would be really freaking cool. So what are we gonna do on the inside? How are we gonna do this? I don't really want it to be a studio. We could do a single bedroom, like but That's a little on the small side too. And part of the problem, I understand, is because I cut off like a third of my own land. Oh, let's move the house back first. We're gonna move the house. That'll give me some more space to work with. In any case, I know that I don't have just, I know that I've intentionally cut off a small lot and made it a lot smaller and frankly more difficult than I probably needed to. But I also really like simple houses. While I always build families and need families, the simple houses, they just have a different role to play, you know? They do something different. Okay, we're gonna do it like this, and I'm gonna model it off of these shipping container houses that I had. So it's not exactly a shipping container, but I saw these really modern, really cool ones, and they were transportable, so you could move them around and take them out of what were basically like cubbies, giant cubbies. So you were sticking apartments in and out of cubbies, and you could move in, because these cubbies were all over the world, Houston and Portland and Seattle, maybe not all over the world. I guess it was in significant hotspots throughout the US. I have no idea if this idea made it to fruition or anything. This is just a thing that I found. And their homes were essentially the sizes of shipping containers. And they were just all set up, and it was a brilliant idea. If I had more money, I probably would be investing in it. I do not. I learned a super cool trick. So I love chandelier lighting, but it doesn't really do all of that great of a job. So what I was shown to do was to get in here and get really small and make sure your bb.moveObjects is on. Grab the same light and then just shrink it down until it's small enough that it's hiding there, because it's still on. Like it's still doing whatever. Oh, hang on. I shrunk it so much it disappeared. I didn't know that was possible. 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, and you just shrink it down, and that just, you take this saucer light that's super bright and you give it a makeover, and that's a really cool trick that I wish someone would have shown me earlier. To kind of go with our outdoor theme, I like the idea of having our clouds. Do you guys think that's too cheesy? Maybe the one with the plant on it. Oh, these are cool. Oh, Parenthood Pack did have some cool stuff. Does have cool stuff. I'm still exploring the Parenthood Pack. Oh, cute. Okay, so I'm still exploring the Parenthood Pack. I just got it a couple days ago, and I'm having a good time with it. I love so much of the things that are in there, but I'm honestly surprised at, like this. I love this wallpaper. Oh my gosh, I just love wallpaper in general. I was really surprised at how little the pack was. You know, it just seemed like there wasn't, I don't know, I would imagine that a Parenthood Pack might have an extra toddler potty. You know, that would make sense. I thought that it might have more toys or something. I don't know. It's a great one. I love it. I love making families. That's one of my favorite things. And every time I make a family, I'm always making a garden to go with it. Because largely, the gardens are a really good way to get some supplementary income, and it's just a skill that grows. Like, it's never going to you're never gonna need to really put a focus on it. So long as you just do your daily maintenance, it's gonna go. And so I love gardening in The Sims. I hate gardening in real life because I call myself a black thumb. I do not have any abilities in that regard to speak of. This is one of my favorite features in all of The Sims 4 because we didn't really have cabinetry in some of the previous ones, and you could kind of feel that. It never really felt to me like the homes were ever truly complete. And I know this doesn't, you know what, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna do the trick. Oh my god. Haha. Cool. So real quick here, there is a trick to going up and down for your objects that you otherwise can't take up or down. Make sure that move object cheat is on, like we usually talk about, and then when you have the thing roughly where you want it, you're gonna go ahead and choose, I think if you're on a Mac, it's the number 9 to go up and the number 0 to go down. If you are on a PC like I was, and you try to do that, you're gonna jump over to the edge of the lot and, eek. You're gonna jump over the edge a lot and have to reset yourself constantly. So when us PC users do it, we just need to hold down Control, and then it'll stay exactly where it needs to stay. That's the point of that. If I put an island in here, I really only have space for the 1, and the problem with space for the 1 is that there's only 1 space. In case that wasn't obvious. Whatever. So maybe we don't need that. Maybe they can just eat in our living space. I also want this to be a nice house. Like, I don't want it to be just trash. You know, we're not trying to be poor and desperate. I turned off my bb.move objects because I wanted to put stuff against the wall, and sometimes I feel like when you have it on, things won't click into place, which is kind of the point. But then I need to go and use it, and it's not on anymore, and that's kind of frustrating. So we've got a little tilt here just to give it some livelihood. I'm grabbing, I like this one. It kind of looks like an egg, like a deviled egg, which it's weird that I like that because I do not like eggs. I know that's kind of crazy. Like, I don't want any kind of egg at all. I don't like deviled eggs. I don't like hard-boiled eggs. Nope. Eggs for me serve one purpose, and that is baking. I do like to bake. How come we don't have like any one-step dressers? It's really hard with just the 2. I don't like this. I mean, I love the piece. I think it's gorgeous. I just don't like being constrained like this. That's not what The Sims is about. Do we have any one-step desks? But we need one-step dressers. I adamantly believe this. Okay, so I'm wondering if he's going to be able to come in between our bed here to get to that, and I'm not sure. So we're going to see how this plays, and if we have to change it, we'll have to change it. But I will definitely be playing in it before it goes up in the gallery, because there's not really much point, I think, in having something in the gallery that's not really playable. At least to me, that seems like kind of a mockery of what the whole goal is. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. See, at least there the tops match. Maybe if I stick with the lighter tone, I can get it to match. This is what I mean about things that You can't get them to go together unless they already are. I don't want to do black. All right. Oh, you don't even have a black. Doesn't matter. I will need a different sink. Or maybe I just need different counters. Oh, I wish you guys could see the heartbreak on my face. See, and this is even from the exact same pack. Man, can we get some color swatches or something that will, get us there? And it's so close, too. Okay, now I'm actually officially giving up on the sink. That can officially go away. What I want to do is line this up right there. And because it's going to be so high contrast to the sink itself, I'm hoping that they'll balance off of each other and look kind of cool. And in order to do that, really, you got to make sure that this edge right here is noticeable. And that's kind of that trick to believability in that regard. At least if it were a real thing, you would absolutely see that lip there. And I'm starting to think that this wall coloring was a bad choice, which is really a shame because it's another one of my favorites. I wish that I could have a favorites section right here where I can put things that I've starred, because I would use them just so often. I hate that I'm having issues with this, but here we go. Finally got it. So right now I'm just kind of grabbing different tools and things that you'll typically find as clutter and hoping that I can get it to look right. This is a skill that I am not very good about, so we will see how this... That's not terrible. This is mostly just using the Alt and the move objects. But man, counters suck sometimes. Honestly, you know what I think it is? The angling of my mouse. Yeah, there we go. Hey, I learned a thing. Oh yeah, that looks great. I'm gonna do this. I was told that sometimes if your clutter doesn't come to the height that you want, you can just move the counter and then move it back, and it should be up to snuff. Yeah. Do you think that's too bright? I think with that flooring, it's too bright. Let's find this one. Oh, that's nicer. There was also some clutter that I always have a hard time finding, which is another reason why I really want a favorites tab. Because it was like a florist's paradise or gardener's paradise. I can never remember what it's supposed to be. But, oh, goody. And so I have some, there's the florist dream. That's not quite what I was looking for, but it's very, very close. It was gardening tools. It was like one of those hooks, and it was scraping. There we go, florist dream starter kit instead of the antique kit. Certainly. Okay, let's finish off our windows. We still got stuff to do there. Those are also a lot on the small side, but I think we could do something very cool with them because I kind of love that pattern. Bop, bop, What do you think? Do we need some windows here? I don't want to put any in here. And I feel like copying the thing we did earlier over here. And I like that. Bedrooms need windows. So I think I'm going to do another of the 3 ways that we did over here with these squares. I think I'm going to start up and go down and go up. So we still have a lot of this contrast here. I think that looks really nice. Oh, we should get some art. Art, 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 art. What? Yes. Okay. How are we doing on money? Ooh, 28,000. Okay. How do we make this cheaper? Okay. Let's get ourselves some cheaper appliances here because we'll upgrade it later. That takes away quite a bit there. I want to make it a starter level. That way we have, we're able to do something with it. Oh, I didn't see how well those windows lined up with the shower. That's awesome. Gosh, I really want to cut from, I don't really want to cut from the bathroom, but I'm going to. Okay, alternative solution. I'm going to put this here. Guys, we're so freaking close. Oh, I can almost taste it. $30 left. Oh, that mirror doesn't fit anymore. It's gonna have to go. That makes me sad. I really liked that. We're gonna make this great soil. I'm not planning on them being very handy, so we'll give them some gnomes. And then the gardening boost. Yeah, so we've got a lot of gardening going on. So, this is kind of the little tiny house that we're gonna live in. It's not really a tiny house. It's my gardener's little house. Cool! So, what did we learn today? I know that I learned that when it comes to clutter, we got to go ahead and adjust our camera a little bit in order to get a lot more of that maneuverability out of it. The other thing I learned was to pick up a new video editing software, evidenced by the fact that you can see angles. Evidenced by the fact that you can see a little doobly-doo here for Animotic. So they are the new editing system that I picked up. There were still some glitches with the video, which is why some little side sections that have words on it popped up in weird spots. We're gonna get better at this, just like we get better at Sims. Because remember, only practice is going to increase your skills. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Don't forget to put down what you learned in our comment section down below. Hit that like button. If you could subscribe, I would also super love that. And I will see you next time. Bye.